Everyone, welcome, Gulshan.
Thank you, Lynn. Nice to be here.
Yes, and it was nice listening to those 3 mantras that get us in the mood for the night. Welcome everyone online. I'm sure there's lots of you there.
and to our
in-person people
as well. Yeah.
And there's Angela. Welcome, Angela. Just in the perfect time. Perfect time, just welcoming everyone. Come and sit up near the front if you want. So tonight we're, of course, going to have a nice meditation, but we've got a video with subtitles. It is an earlier one from 1981 of Sri Mataji, the founder of this type of meditation, which we'll also talk a bit about, Gulshan, this type of meditation.
This type, yes.
And it's very informative, even though the quality of the video might be a little less techo than a newer video, but lots of information. So we'll hear half that talk from 1981, but in a little while. What I thought we could just talk about, Gulshan, is the difference between meditation as we know in the world of, say, if you go to a yoga class at the local gym. Meditation there is after you've done all the exercises, then you lie on the ground and imagine different parts of your body, or you fall asleep.
Yes.
And so that's not what we mean by meditation.
Or yoga.
Or yoga. And in fact, this is yoga as well.
Yes.
And Gulshan, what's the meaning of yoga actually?
Well, the true, real meaning, as it was in the ancient scriptures in some of the Eastern cultures, was the union of our spirit with the divine, the two coming together. That is yoga, the union. But as things got popular and a lot of people from India went particularly to America, to promote and make money, and they introduced, and this was being done in India as well, physical exercise to bring you into balance. If you're a bit on the left and lethargic, to stretch your body and come into balance, they used those exercises and called it yoga.
Which is a way, it is a means to the end as well.
Yes, it's a type of stretching to come into balance, but the real definition as such.
So it's the destination. Yoga actually means the destination. Same
as the meeting union of the spirit with the divine.
So it's your own essence meeting with the essence that's created us all.
Yes. That's right.
Call it God, call it divine.
But it's just been pulled aside and used it for what people thought they might like to use it as a good promotion tool. So that's where it's been sort of overused a little bit.
So the interesting thing about Sahaja Yoga Meditation is that we go straight to the destination.
Yes.
Let's not mess around. We just go straight there. And then in that lovely place where we touch a little bit, and then the more we do it, the more we touch it, we can see ourselves. So very important to see ourselves. And in the putting light on our own system or our own habits, our own life, it kind of brings it automatically into alignment. And then we get those moments a little bit bigger.
Those moments of stillness and quietness. And I suppose in the end, you can also call it the love of the power that created us. You come in connection with it, and that's a lovely feeling. It's a very beautiful time.
And then the other point, just to throw everything into this conversation, is what's a good way to... So we all get there initially the same. So we all can get that connection with this lovely system that Sri Mataji has developed, which is to take our attention inside, ask some vital questions and answer those questions, awakening that power that we've all got within, the Kundalini, which we have touched on before, of course. Once we get that awakening and then start looking at ourselves, there's different ways of looking at ourselves and trying to get back to the destination. Is that confusing?
Okay,
where am I going?
A bit, but that's just what you said normally.
I'm going with that in that we have right-sided and left-sided, which is some terminology from Sahaja Yoga, which many of you who've already been with us for quite a few weeks now or longer. This terminology is very interesting in that, and we also touch on both in one individual, in that those of us who are, getting our exercise done, planning our trips away, and, getting the house cleaned, organising our husbands, or being organised once. That could be from the right side. And then you get really tired because you've done too much, you're in the left side. You have some dramatic happenings in your life and it's really shocking and you really react badly to it. You're left-sided. And then if you keep thinking about something that's happened in the past, that's the left side. Is this making sense to everyone?
Yeah. So
those are where we're going with this, Angela?
I had an interesting. So when you look back at your life and memories, that's from the left side.
Yes, Angela, you've hit the nail on the head.
You've been paying attention to the class. That's good to know.
She's picked up some information. It's good.
Okay, now this one's logic and this one's spirit. This one's very spirit side.
So just for our viewers, Angela's actually talking about these two sides of on our head, which is to do with the past and the future.
And those two channels cross over. So your left brain is actually your right side activity and your right brain is your left side past activity, which is the interesting thing there. What might be good is if we get straight to the point now.
Sure.
And Gulshan, do you want to take us through self-realization, getting to the destination?
Certainly. Okay.
Yeah.
And before we begin, I would just like to introduce to the people joining us for the first time, Sri Mataji, the lady here in the picture. She started this meditation in 1970 to release mankind from our issues and our griefs and our angst and our worries, to bring us into a good, happy place. This is her gift to mankind, and we're able to offer it to everyone free of charge. For those of us joining for the first time online, if you could take your shoes off, please, and may I request you to as well, if you could please take your shoes off. And
there's a reason for that, isn't there?
There is a reason for that. It's called earthing ourselves. That's the best we can do here. So we're going to use the earth element, to also help us through this. So as we use a whole lot of other elements, but we'll talk about those.
Yeah, lots and lots of stuff not to talk about at the same time.
So we'll just keep it simple
and for later.
Easy, And we will use our hands. So the right hand will be placed on various parts of our body on the left-hand side. That is the side of emotion. So that's where we will work on our various elements and various qualities within us, on our various chakras in our system. I would ask you to take your glasses off if you can, because it just helps us to not have the weight on our nose. And if you could please close your eyes. That is to allow you to bring your attention inside. But if you find it's a bit difficult, then you've got a lot of thoughts coming up. Welcome to watch Shrimataji's photo. You can open your eyes as well. So feet on the ground, and you can sit wherever you're comfortable. And we will go through this realization process using our right hand, which I will guide you where to place it. It's just on the left-hand side of your body. We start with placing our right hand on the left heart. And this is an important area within us. And here we ask a rather important question, and all the questions are addressed quietly within yourself to your mothering energy, Mother Kundalini, or you can address these questions to Shrimataji, for it is she who gives us this gift. And the first question we ask ourselves is, who am I? And what is my purpose on this earth? Why was I born? What am I supposed to achieve? What is my goal in life? Taking a hand just under the heart area, on the upper part of the abdomen. Here we ask ourselves another question. Am I my own master? Am I my own teacher? Or do I rely on my peers and the social media to tell me what to do and to tell me what to think and what my actions should be? Take a hand down lower to where the leg meets the body. So just place your hand flat on the crease between the leg and the torso. Good contact. This is the area of pure knowledge and pure desire within us. So we are going to express our pure desire, our ardent desire to ask for the pure knowledge. And we're asking the mothering energy, the Kundalini within us, to please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Shrimataji, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. The knowledge that we are asking is the knowledge and the state of our chakras within us, the state of our being within us, which is reflected on our fingertips, because each of the fingertips is related to a chakra within us, in our body. Staying on the left-hand side, just slowly bring your hand up under the heart. This is where we had asked the question about whether we were our own teacher. So let's reinforce that quality within us. And we affirm that quality by saying, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. I am my own master. It is very comforting at some point in our lives when this quality is awakened to know where to go and to know how far to go. And there's a strong sense, or there's a strong feeling within us. And this is the Kundalini within us that guides us to know where to apply the brakes and when to pull back. So we just say that a few more times. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. I am my own master. Please place your right hand on the left heart again. This is where we've begun our journey. And here we affirm, by the Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. The Spirit has a beautiful strength that it is a constant source of joy within us. So it's not that we feel very happy and the next moment we feel very sad. It's not the extremes of those emotions at all. It is a constant, still, steady source of joy within ourselves. It is a rather beautiful feeling when it's awakened. So let's affirm that within ourselves a few more times. By the Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. By the Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. Now please place your right hand on the left-hand side of your neck. And as you do that, just move your head towards your right shoulder. This is the area of guilt within us. And some of us, for no reason, carry a lot of guilt. So it is time to let go of that guilt within us, for it's not helpful towards our ascent. And it does obstruct the Kundalini from rising. So we are going to clear that path by saying a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. Now, let's place our right hand on our forehead. And as you do that, apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm of your hand. Give it a little squeeze, and you can also gently just cradle your head into your hand and apply a little bit of pressure. This is the area of forgiveness within us, a really important chakra. So without thinking of any person, circumstance, or situation in general, let's just say a few times, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. Now place your right hand at the back of the head, and as you do that, just tip your head up towards the sky. And here we are going to forgive ourselves for all the mistakes that we have made in our past towards our innocence, towards our spirit and our ascent. Mother Kundalini, for all my mistakes that I have committed, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Please forgive me for my past. And please forgive me for my mistakes. And I forgive myself. And now the right hand, the palm of your right hand, please place it on top of your head, the soft part that the children have when they're born, which is the fontanelle born within us. That is where the fountain pours out from the top of our head. So good contact with the palm of your hand on the scalp. You could lower your head a bit forward. And here we are going to ask for our self-realization. And we do need to ask for it, as Shrimataji respects our freedom as human beings. It's not something that can be forced on anyone, so it does need to be asked. So rotating a hand in a clockwise direction, and the movement of a hand will be starting from your left, forward, right, and back. So rotate your scalp nice and firm, nice and slow with your hand. And as we do that, please ask, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. And for those of us who have already done this, we can ask, Shri Mataji, please strengthen and establish my self-realization. Just watch where your hand is on top of your head, keeping your attention on top of that part on your head. Slowly bring your right hand back onto your lap, palm up. Eyes are still closed. Our attention is back on top of our head. Never so gently, just watch that space on top of your head. Eyes are closed, nice and gentle. See how you feel on the palms of your hand. Take a moment to see if your breathing has slowed down and you feel a bit relaxed within yourself. Most importantly, if you can hear the sounds around you, but you notice that your thoughts have stopped, that is being in meditation. So you're aware of your surroundings, but you're not thinking. And your attention can stay nice and easy on top of your head, and there are no thoughts. That is being in meditation. Just slowly open our eyes. And we're just going to try and do a little check with our hands. So place your right hand on top of our head. You can make the contact and then ever so gently lift it up, a couple of inches up high. And what we're looking for is a feeling on the palm of your hand, the right hand. Some of us may feel beautiful, gentle, very gentle breath, like cool breeze, not cold, cool breeze. Or some of us may also be feeling a bit of heat and tingling. That's okay too. As the Kundalini rises, and if there are any obstructions, she's just clearing them out. We will also do this test with our left hand, because sometimes the right is a bit clearer than the left. So you can place your left hand and then just lift it up and watch how you feel on top of the left hand. Bring your left hand down onto the lap. So that is the process of self-realization. I can't help myself, but if I can just add what took us odd 10 minutes would take decades in the past to clear every chakra and then to be able to receive that if we were lucky. But now Shri Mataji has made it so easy. We just sit down and go through and just get it.
And just that brief touching of that area, it just sort of calms you down. Like if you've had a rushy time getting here, just that brief moment of getting there just sort of settles you down, doesn't it?
It does. Would you like to explain why we feel that beautiful calmness and settling within us, Lynn?
So that's touching that top energy center, chakra, just takes us into the present, takes us above the thoughts.
Yeah.
and we're in that thoughtless state, which is that gap between the thoughts that we've been aiming for. And there's a few little exercises we can do that if we have been very rushy and we want to bring ourselves even more into the present, we can do that. We also want to watch the video. What say we watch the video?
Watch the video.
We'll see. It's quite good listening to the talks of Srimataji, the founder of Sahaja Yoga, because she goes into a lot of the detail, which, again, we did hear last week. Srimataji was talking in the video we heard last week about the first energy centres. So the first one having the qualities of innocence, which actually supports our whole life, which is another diversion I'm going on to. But innocence is very underrated, just like
very much
mothers are very underrated.
Yeah.
Innocence and
motherhood is underrated.
Yes. But, you know, it's very un-PC to talk about being moral, for instance. But, you know, it's making a comeback, morality and innocence, because that kind of supports being in the present, because you're not then worrying about things that
and that morality, it's not just about our actions, but it's also about our thoughts.
Oh, absolutely.
And
it's the thoughts.
It's the internal as well. But for another time.
Anyway, I diverge.
Yeah.
I forget what it was you were asking me to mention. What was your question?
It was just about
no,
it was just about how we feel settled with that little exercise that we went through, the realization process. It is as the Kundalini rises, she also sucks our thoughts from our past and the future down and allows the Kundalini to rise. And we're in the present where we feel the mental stillness within us, which is very nice when you touch it.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
It's very overrated being in the brain and thinking. And, you know, the first thing somebody wants to ask you is, what's your qualifications? What's your skill set? But having the ability to be silent and not keep on thinking too much and feel who's running the show, which is not us, actually.
Yes.
But we could talk about it a lot. But let's get to the video and hear what Srimataji has to say, because it's some very interesting points. And it also keeps us in a meditative mood and in the present, just listening to those talks as well.
And sometimes a lot of the questions we have within ourselves get answered by Srimataji's talk. So it's...
So if everyone's happy for that, we'll get Vara to play the talk for us. We'll get out of the way.
Yeah.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. The other day, I told you a little bit about the first center called as Muladhara Chakra and Kundalini, which is the residual consciousness in the triangular bone called as sacrum. As I told you that this is the pure desire power. Pure desire power, which has not yet been awakened and is not yet manifested within you, which resides here waiting for a moment to arise and to give you your second birth, your baptism. It makes you a peer. It gives you your self-realization. This pure desire is to be one with your spirit. This, unless and until it is fulfilled, those who are seeking will never be satisfied, whatever they may do. Now this first center is very important, because this was the first center that was created when the primordial being started doing the job. This is the center of innocence, that is holiness. First thing that was created was holiness on this earth. This center is very important in all the human beings, because animals have innocence, they have not lost it, while we have a right, or we can say we have a freedom to abandon it. We can do it. We can somehow or other destroy it by our so-called ideas of freedom. Now this center has a power to give us wisdom. Now wisdom is such a word that cannot be explained. Wisdom is the balance between your understanding of what is good and what is bad, where you really understand what is good for you, for your spirit, is wisdom. And when this center is alive and is not destroyed, then you really know what is wisdom is. For example, the person who has got this center very well developed can tell you whether it is the north or the south. Because the magnetism that is in the Mother Earth, this center is made by the element of Mother Earth. So the magnetism that is in the Mother Earth is there present in this center. When the birds fly all the way from Siberia to Australia, they do it with the help of this center, because they know whether they are moving northward or southward. They have an innate wisdom to know which way to move, and that's why one should know that this center is also within us, but we have lost our sense of judgment because we have lost that magnetism within us. An innocent person is really like a magnet, and he attracts the people towards himself, just like a flower attracts a bee towards itself. There are some fishes in which they have found actual magnetic field, and in some of them they have even found a regular magnet placed in certain fishes by which they know whether they are going north, south, east or west. This center in us can be destroyed by various ways, as I told you last time. Now if you see from the top, there's a blue line coming down. This is the power of our desire, by which we desire, is the emotional side of a human being. When a person neglects his emotional side or does not respect his emotional side, then this center gets lost. It gets very much destroyed. The emotional side in these modern times is not well understood by human beings. I'm sorry to say, but it is very true that when you destroy this center, first thing that sets in is impotency or overactivity, like the rapist and all that are created because this center is neglected. Both things are just the same in the eyes of God. Any extreme is wrong. Now those people who say that you can be enlightened through sex are really, I don't know what to call them. Because she is your mother sitting down there. She is only your mother. She has no other child, and she is holiest of holy. She is the Holy Ghost within you. And if you want to sex on your mother, I don't know if people understand that here. In India it's impossible. We cannot understand this nonsense. So it's the same insult to your mother, like some people try to insult Mother Mary by putting Christ in a very awkward situation with her. It's something like that, we can say, happens when you start talking like this. It's a very great sin to do such a thing to your own mother, which is the Kundalini. And that's why the other day I told you, I have seen some people have Kundalini, which is all the time tossing her head and breaking her whole body and just feeling so helpless because she's made so weak, because the holiness from a person is vanished. Our idea of holiness has become so perverted. And to add up to that, we have now gurus to tell us that it's a very good thing to do, you'll go to heaven. Actually, they are very honest, they say you'll go to bottomless pit, and bottomless pit means hell. Why do you need a guru for this? Actually, you have mastered this art. I mean, in England, when I went, I was amazed that they have sex they talk of sex and sex and sex, morning till evening. I don't understand. Like all important people talk, you see. That's how they go on talking about sex all the time. It's nothing but sex. It's so filthy. So filthy. They talk sex with the animals, sex with the children, I don't know what's happening to human beings. How can we that filthy? I wouldn't be surprised after some time we will have our bathrooms inside our drawing rooms. See, there's something like our privacy. Something like our drawing room where we meet people. How can you talk of these things and how can you discuss these things which are so private and so sacred? And that's how you lose them or you lose balance over them. This is one of the things that's happening to us because God has given us freedom. We think we can do what we like. But we have lost our wisdom. We have lost. I don't know why this industrial revolution, or I don't know whom to blame, but we have lost our wisdom to understand that these things are injurious. If it is not, logically we can see, why do we develop diseases? With free sex, all the sailors, under law, have to have in every port arrangements for getting injections for all kinds of complications that they have from sex life. Why is it you do not feel healthier with it? You lose all your health, all your charm is gone from your face, you get sunken and you look so horrid. It's a very good sign just now to see how nature reacts to it. So one has to be wise to understand that God has given us this thing to us, not to be insulted, but for us to lead a good, normal, good married life. And not to waste our energies in this kind of thing. But when people start thinking about it, then it's even worse. Then what happens? That this shifts from there, the attention onto the other side, and it goes to the yellow side, goes to the brain. When you start thinking about it, definite it is that you will become impotent. Definite, no doubt, at a very early stage, because it is a spontaneous thing. And when you start thinking about it, when your eye starts roving here and there, be sure your attention is gone to something which is so localized, which is so different, and which takes place only at a time when you are at a certain emotional spontaneity. It's very out of date to talk of these things to people, but if you are not careful about it, you have to find out the statistics of American young people, and you'll be amazed how many of them are suffering from horrible diseases. When I went to America, I found that 9 out of 10 young people who came to me were suffering from these horrible diseases, and most of them were impotent. It's a shocking thing. One has to face it as it is, and not to say, oh, I'm all right, I'm all right. This is not the way to look at things. We have to see to the statistics that are being placed before us, and to know that there is something wrong about it. And with your wisdom, you have to reach certain conclusions about it. Now the second center, which I call as a Swadhisthana center, is also a very important center within us. The first center looks after all our excretion. It has got 4 petals. In the same way, in the pelvic plexus, which is manifested by that, which is a gross plexus within us, has also got 4 subplexuses. Now another one that we have is the Swadhisthana center, which is the second center. Second center has got 6 petals, and it supplies, or it manifests in the gross, the aortic plexus, which also has got 6 subplexuses. Now this center is very important for us in the modern times. It's extremely important, and I think neglect of this center can create lots of problems. Now this center, if you see, is connected with the brain. And this center is responsible for our action, is the center of our creativity. When we think of the future, when we do any physical work, we use this center for that purpose. And one has to understand that these days we are developing lots of diseases because we have not understood what is the function of this center is. function of this center is to convert the fat cells for the use of the gray matter in the head. When we think too much all the time about the future, we plan, we go on planning into all details, what happens is that this poor center has to work very hard to produce new cells one after another for the use of your brain. Apart from that, it has to do many other functions. It has to look after your liver, it has to look after your spleen, it has to look after your pancreas, your kidneys, and also uterus among women. If you start thinking too much, all the time thinking, if you cannot stop your thinking, all the time your brain goes on thinking, a sort of a thinking process starts without your control, then poor this center has to work all that, your liver goes out. When your liver goes out, you must know that liver is one of the most important things within us because it nourishes our attention. Chitta, it nourishes our chitta. Now this attention, whenever it is spoiled because there are certain poisons within us. Any. It can be physical poisons, it can be mental poisons, it can be emotional poisons, any kind of poisons there are, especially the physical and the emotional ones, they go to this liver which sorts it out. This is the function of this liver, is to sort it out. But when you are not giving it sufficient energy, you are using it for thinking, then poor this center is left behind. It has no nourishment, nobody looks after it, it becomes sluggish. When it becomes sluggish, all the heat accumulates in the liver. And such a person doesn't get any temperature till he gets cirrhosis and he dies. Now when thinking goes on too much, people get tired of thinking too much. So they think that let's have something that will take us away from thinking, which will give us a kick outside. So they take some sort of a drug or a drink or alcohol and all that. All the saints in the world have said that alcohol is very dangerous for life. The reason is it goes against our awareness. This is a fact. You know that after taking a drink, our awareness becomes blurred or excited. It's not normal. That is the reason they said no. In Sahaja Yoga, I do not say don't do this or don't do that. I only want you to come to Sahaja Yoga, get your realization, and then you will not ask for it. That's a much better way to do it. But why they asked you? For example, if you read Moses, Moses has clearly said that these are strong drinks. Very clearly, I don't know if people read that. And they should be avoided. I don't know if the Jews do that. They should not be taken. He's very clearly said it. Abraham said the same thing, that drinks are not good. Why all these prophets talk about it? Because they are all born in that green patch of ours. They are all placed in this green patch where we get our sustenance, which is 10.
So let's just not talk about it too much, but we'll just try and take ourselves even more into the present, into meditation. We'll just try to bring ourselves from the future and the past even more. So we'll do the right side balancing, bringing us back from our overactivity. So we'll drop our right hand to the earth and the left hand will remain open on our lap. So that's the left hand clearing. Did I say right or left? Left we're clearing. I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha. No, left or right. So the left hand we're clearing. Left hand is the one we're clearing. We've got it open on our lap and our right hand is down to the earth. So we're bringing ourselves back into the present. Just closing our eyes. Concentrating on our breathing. Letting our attention float up to where we were focusing with our hand earlier with Gulshan. Let's just take that right hand and place it again on top of our head, just to really establish our focus, our attention on top of our head, pressing down with the center of our palm onto the center of the top of our head. Raising it up, just trying to feel that flow on top of our head. A subtle coolness. Ultimately, might be a little warm, just a little vibration. And then bring the hand back down, so that right hand back down towards Mother Earth. Just asking Mother Kundalini, please balance my left side, my side of pure desire. Now let's try and balance our right side by bringing the right hand on our lap, and we'll bend the left one so our palm is facing behind us. And we're requesting our Mother Kundalini to please balance my right side, taking out all the heat from my day's activities into the atmosphere. And just occasionally putting attention to that hand that's on our lap. It might start to feel a bit cooler. And you can also briefly pay attention to the left hand where all the heat is flowing out. And then again back up at the top of our head. Still breathing. So our attention also goes to our heart. Just feeling that lovely, clearing, present moment. And in a minute, we'll put our two hands down on our lap in a few moments. And then we'll also ask Vara to play us some nice music so we can just listening through the top of our head, just to keep us focused above our thinking brain. A few more deep breaths in our heart. And then bringing the left hand down on our lap. Just focusing at the top of our head again. And we might have Gulshan show us how to finish our meditation in the short way.
The short way, which is a really easy way. So we just use our hands again. This is what we do before meditation and then straight after we finish meditation. So left hand comes in front at the base of the first chakra over there. You watch the left hand as it rises up slowly. And while you do, the right hand rotates, bring it in and out. Here, bring the right hand in and out. Move it around your left hand. You're watching the left hand as it comes up. Tip your head up and we tie a knot. And we are going to do that 3 times for the 3 channels in our system. Second time again, watching the left hand. Nice and slow, it doesn't have to be very fast. Bring it up at the top and we tie 2 knots for the second channel within us. And the third time. We bring it up to the top of our head and we tie 3 knots. So this is to secure the Kundalini on top of our head. So that's why we tie a knot here, because we're placing the Kundalini here on top of our head, as shown the 3 channels. And then we do the bandhan, which literally means protection, bond of protection, using right hand, starting from the left side of our body, over the top of our head to the right and back. And we do that 7 times for the 7 energy centers within us. So we're covering ourselves with protection of love from this energy that created us. So this is quite easy, and you can do it again before and at the end of the meditation, and leaves us in a good spot where the attention is placed in the right place and protection is placed upon us as well.
You can feel that your meditation almost starting already once you So you just can be all over the place, sit down, raise your kundalini, put on your bandana, and you think, oh, okay, I'm nearly there. And the question could be how long to sit for your meditation. For instance, did I know how long we were seated for? No. When at the point where we stopped I felt like I got there. So I thought everyone else must feel that too, surely. But so you could end up sitting for a long time because, you know, it takes a while before you come out of the busy, particularly the night meditation, perhaps. That's why we sometimes put in a few more balancing techniques. The first thing in the morning, for instance, you might very quickly, just raising your kundalini, putting on the bandhan, takes you there straight away. So you just want to feel that nice present moment. So I hope you did feel that nice present moment, Angela. Felt good?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Didn't have too many thoughts come in during the meditation? Oh, that's great.
That's really good. Just like I said earlier on, when I was really, really into it. But then when we came back.
Nice. Yes. How did everyone online go? Feel free to chit and chat on the appropriate place. Vara's got you covered there.
Yeah.
Dilip, how did you go? Got there? Nice. Must have been your good vibes I was feeling. If we don't have any questions, we will do this again next week. And in the meantime, feel free to meditate every day. You're on the WhatsApp group, Angela? So we do post twice daily.
We try wanting to do this soaking.
The foot soaking, yes. Sometimes I put a little thing on the WhatsApp group to explain what that is, but we will explain to people. So we've got the balancing of our left and right. We've also got foot soaking, which is using elements basically. So we're using the water, the earth, we put a bit of salt in it. We light the flame, we've got the candle, and of course we're in the air. So I'm not sure what other element is missing with a foot soak, but you can have it hotter if you're feeling a bit tired. You can have it colder if you're really buzzing. You've been doing a lot of stuff. And just sit in that. Raise your kundalini, put on your bandhan and sit in that. Basically, draining away. Mainly these lower chakras get cleansed quite a bit. So all the dross will fall into the water. So basically that's what you're doing, using the elements to further enhance your ability to be in the present moment in nice meditation.
And it needn't be long, 2 minutes at the
No.
most, and you feel so good.
When you can feel it when you're done. You can feel it when it's worked. So it's all about your feeling. So it's not a set prescription. I mean, there are set things that will get you there, but it's how long it takes to get you there is totally up to you. And that feeling where you are in your hands, they start to speak, as Srimataji's put it, in that you start feeling tingles on the different fingers, and that relates to the different energy centers as well. So whatever messages your mother Kundalini gives you is what you are focusing on. So if I keep getting one finger tingling, I'll have a look at which one it is if I don't already know, and I'll put my hand there while I'm in my foot soak and try and clear that, make it cool down. It's feeling really hot. So it's very practical. So if you're feeling something, same as if you get a splinter or something in your finger, you want to get it out and fix it. So it's the same principle, really. So whatever you're feeling about yourself, you just fix it and have a nice meditation. So that's the goal of life. And thank you, Gulshan.
Very happy
Thank
to be
you,
here.
everyone,
Thank
for
you,
being
Lynn.
here. Thank you, online people, and
Yes.
look forward to the next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Vara, for your technical expertise.
Yes.
Always helpful.
Yeah. See you next week.
Yeah. Sorry?
Is it on?
Farewell, and thanks for joining. See you next week.